ground was really slippery, and I just...
Well, I witnessed him fall down on his face.
And I felt something snap.
Right away, he was like, I can't move, and being hysterical and dramatic. And then after I realized that he was there for several hours, I thought, okay, well, maybe he hurt himself.
It's broken. I need surgery, so once I get back to the U.S., I'm going straight to the hospital. The ambulance is going to be waiting for me at the airport. I get bored just being here in the hotel. It's been, 4 days already? Tomorrow we're leaving, so yeah, I didn't see any Budapest.
Tuesday, May 27th, 2008. This is our last official day in Budapest. We spent the morning visiting the small town of Aquincum. The main attraction are the ruins of a Roman military outpost. Initially, it was a fortress of defense on the edge of the Danube. Then, as it became populated, it developed into a town.
All of these ruins, which is what remains of the ancient town of Aquincum. The ruins you see around you are what remains of a Roman military base in a province of the Roman Empire called Pannonia Inferior. The ruins were discovered in 1778 when a local wine grower was digging an pit for his ice, and he found the remains of a Roman floor. He probably didn't know it was Roman at the time, but he got a librarian at the University of Budapest involved, and he made the connection between these ruins to the town of Aquincum.
If somebody would ask me to describe Vienna, I would say it's people more friendlier and people more acceptable to the fact that somebody doesn't speak English.
Yeah. And when we went to Prague, it's like, you don't speak English, too bad. You don't.
And I think it was more racist. Like, I talked to the lady in the gift shop, and she was she spoke Russian to me, and she said it's not only tourists, but people itself, like who live in Prague, they experience that they've been treated differently. Like the lady who spoke Russian, she said that it was very uncomfortable, for example, to go buy lingerie for herself because they would treat her differently than if she would speak Czech.
I'm pretty sure if we were to go back home that there's people that'll treat you good, that'll treat you kindly, that would translate for you if you needed help. And then there's the people who, maybe they're just having a bad day and they don't like sitting in a front desk or a ticket window all day. And I think anywhere you go, you're going to meet different.
But there's experiences in general. It's like if it happens to you one time, I can understand. But if you have people treat you that like that several times, I mean, that's how you're going to characterize the city if it's several people that treat you that way.
Now I found myself, anytime I see something that says Vienna or Prague or Budapest, I look at it, I read it. To me, it's the same feeling as when you just read a play, but then when you watch it performed. It's different. There's animation in it now.
It has a particular immediacy and resonance that you don't get in any other kind of way. To this day, when I hear my students give presentations, I get chills from hearing them do stuff.
I now see that seeing the beauties over there helped me more to appreciate the beauties here.
I definitely appreciate all the free things we get in America now, because every time I want to go get a glass of water for free or something, I just remember how in Europe they charge you for everything, and it definitely made me appreciate what I have a lot more. I would look at little differences and trying to figure out how lifestyle would be different in a different country. And then I come back here and I start noticing things that I wouldn't have noticed before. I kind of try to see them from an outsider's perspective and see how, if somebody was coming here, how they would have found this weird because it wasn't like that from their home.
Changing me as a person, it hasn't really altered as much my beliefs. It hasn't really changed any kind of code that I have, but rather something that's deeper than that, something that's an inherent way of seeing things. Even if it's just a little bit, a little shift. It's a recognizable shift. It's a shift that I can account for in most of my dealings with people.
You take what you have learned already from books and you put it in action. That's what it means to study abroad as an honors student.
What the study abroad program promotes is this openness to what's around you. Rather than going to a place either to judge it or to satisfy some vanity, you go in order to understand something better. And I think it's particularly important as a university experience. I think that everybody should try it. And if it might be less effective for some or other people, but I can't imagine it not having an effect on people.
And going abroad is one of the finest experiences that I feel I could have had as a student. it certainly gave me something that was beyond the institution itself where I was studying, or where I am studying. Studying abroad is a real-life version of a textbook where the pages haven't been fully written because they become your own.
You're a student of not only books, you're a student of life, you're a student of culture, and a student of the world, in the world.
Send your dad a note, you may